Here are three Fairbot strategies, all using the same effective strategy, but three different ways of selecting the bet. We are going to be backing a horse with £2 and then trading it off in running, all to be set before the race starts, trading it off in running at the same stake, £2. So if the horse drops to your trade-off point, then it equalises all the other horses. You can't lose, and then if your horse goes on to win, you still win money, but you will win less than you would normally. Okay, so you're trading off some of the profit, but guaranteeing yourself that you can't lose if your horse drops to the price. All of these are set to a drop of 14 ticks, which you can change. The first strategy is looking at the horse that is fifth favourite, but you can change this to fourth, third, second, first, whatever you want to. The second strategy is selecting an actual horse name before the race. And the third strategy is looking for the first horse from the favourite upwards that is at your chosen odds. And you'll see that we've got that to be the first horse at 14s. Okay, so three strategies, all that are using the same actual strategy, where we're trading off some of the money, and you can see how these work as we go through these now. So this first one, we've got the fifth favourite, and this bet is going to be placed 6 seconds before the starting time. At the moment we're at 14 seconds, so it's already got the horse that's in fifth position, and we're going to just wait for that to be
fully matched.
There we are, that's the bet placed, and then you can see a few seconds later the lay bet goes in. Okay, and that's going to stay once the race is off. Okay, so we're backing it at the odds of 20, and we're going to lay it off at 12. I've got all these set, by the way. I've got these all set to a drop of 14 ticks. Okay, and my eyes are so bad that might even say 13, but it's all dropped. They're all 14 tick dropped. Okay, so we're now going to wait until the race begins. I'm going to just come back once the race is just about to be off, and then we can watch that race through. Okay.
Eased into stall one.
So the last few are just going in here, and then we'll watch this, and we're expecting that we want the horse to drop in price, and if it does and hits that trade off the lay bet,
this market
has
is now in
immediately,
play.
in fact, on this one, which is quite good. So now you can see we can win money on the selection, but if anything else wins, we can't lose. Okay, so if this horse then drops for you, and you can change the number of ticks. The more ticks you have, the more you will win, but the more ticks you have, the further the horse has got to drop in price. Okay, so we've seen this one now, and you can watch the end of the race and just see how it pans out.
The hoop cow for Sean Kiram. Further back to It's Never Just One of the pink and yellow stripes, and at the back of the field is Eva's Eyes. Moving towards halfway, and Noble Phoenix and Rob Hornby control the gallop here, but Franny Norton has got Sir Peter Fossick, Black Cap, and now a very handy second. Mayday Malone against the running rail is relegated to dispute third with Tactical Plan. In the Sunshine ridden along upsides It's Never Just One, and Eva's Eyes remains last of all. Heading back towards home now inside the last quarter mile. Noble Phoenix being attacked by Sir Peter Fossick, Black Cap, who draws alongside. Tactical Plan away to the left. Three almost in a line heading on down towards the last furlong. Tactical Plan now has moved through to take over from Sir Peter Fossick. Mayday Malone with the pink cap is running on willingly down the centre, is bearing down on Tactical Plan. They've got 50 yards to cover. Tactical Plan grinding away, doing best. Beats Mayday Malone. With back in third Sir Peter Fossick, and It's Never Just
So there
One.
for that one, you can see we traded out really early, so we couldn't lose any money, and the horse ran well, but nothing lost. So we move on to the next race now. Okay. So this time we're going to select a horse, and you can see in this race that the odds on favourites speed rating is 75, and it's the same rating as Yankee Dude, who is a fair bit bigger on the odds. Okay, so we've got two horses here with the same speed rating, but one's much bigger. So in this case, we're going to click and select Yankee Dude. Okay, and the odds currently are about BSP 7 compared to BSP 1.9, and they've both got the same speed ratings for their last run. So there's probably going to be an advantage here. So that's the bet now put in, and the back bet has been put in also. So we've backed it at 7, and we're going to trade out at 5.1. And again, I'm going to come back to this race just as we're about to get off. So here they are now. Here they are just about to go off in this race. And we've got a back and trade in on Yankee Dude, who I think's just gone in. And then we can watch this race now.
This market is now in play.
So the odds-on favourite is taking the lead, and we're sitting in 4th position currently. And our lay stake, we're waiting for 5.1, and we're currently hanging around the sort of 9-10s mark.
Fully matched.
Okay. Just coming into the last 3 or 4 furlongs, I think. And we've just gone really wide there, which isn't going to help. However, our bet's been traded now, so we can't lose. And we're coming on the outside. Rattling home, I think they call it. And take the prize. So that's a good selection, good way to look at the ratings. The odds-on favourite had the same speed rating as our horse, which ended up going off at 7s, and the odds-on favourite is 1.94. So that's something you can certainly look out for on the speed ratings. But that was the trade where we selected the horse that we wanted to bet on. Okay.
This market is now in play.
Now we've got the final rule, the strategy. Same bet, £2 on the back, £2 trade at 14 ticks lower. So you can change the stake, you can change the odds. And this time we're looking for the first horse that's going to be with the odds of 14 or bigger. Okay. So it's going to start from the 4th rated, because there's not usually a horse at 14s that's less than 3rd favourite. And the horse has also got to be equal or less than 24. Okay, so it's going to run through. You'll see it run through. The first one's in 10 seconds. The first one's going to look at 10 seconds. So we're just coming down to that at the top. And if it's not, it'll move on to the next one. Okay, so let's see.
Fully matched.
Okay, so the first 2 weren't 14 or bigger. The third one, Vintage Clarets, was, and then it's run through it. It only allows 1 bet on the race. So there's a rule that says as long as there has to have been no bets placed, and there was a bet placed. Then our trade was put in. Okay, so we've got a back bet at 18.5 and the lay bet at 11.5. Okay, so again, this is possibly a bit more fun, but at least it allows you to select the horse close to the nearest to the favourite that has the odds of your choice. You might want to choose 5 odds of 5s, or even odds of bigger, whatever you want to do, but you can change these odds. One thing I'll just say here also is that you can, at the top, you can see at the moment it says 0.06. Now that's, once the race goes into play, that is going to change. And when you see it go green, you can set a rule that will green up your bet at any time during the race if you are, let's say, over 50p in profit, or £1 or £2. Okay, but you might want to
Full of them
just
in already
let
is
it run. But
Chagrin.
you can watch that as the odds shorten and lengthen. You'll see that that number at the top,
Aberama
and as
Gold,
it's
drawn
we've only got
13
one
in the
horse, it'll
middle.
be the same next to Vintage Clarets. Okay, so if that goes into profit, and you watch enough racing, you can decide that at some point it might be worth trading out all bets when the maybe you're £1 and aim to win £1 on each race. But you can play around with all these rules. So we're going to come back when the race is just about to be started. Okay.
Bergerac getting a bit warm down at the start. Look at the sweat. Further
Okay.
back, Fred
So
Portland
this
is
is just
Heritage
about to go
Handicap.
off now.
Runners
This
are
race,
set to race.
and we're on Vintage
Lined up
Clarets. Okay,
and
we're
away they
drawn
go.
this side.
Very slow start
With
by
This market is
Wolverhampton,
now in
gave away
play.
several lengths. Not so from
Maroon
Get It,
Cat,
who was very
maroon
quickly
colours.
away. The Betfred Portland underway. Get It on the near side, showing very good pace with Higher Mate right up there as well. Also in the group on the near side, Chagrin is just tracking with the pale blue and yellow colours of Ramstar, Dream Composer, tracking those with Vintage Clarets covered up behind them, cover up in the blue jacket. Then down the centre, we've got Bergerac, then from JM Jungle, Aberama Gold, Desert Cop, maybe the overall leader, though, down the centre in the hands of Hayley Turner. 3 lengths went back to Manila Scouse, shaken up Silky Wilkie behind these. Apollo 1 is in the second wave, just tracking Halcombe Bay, who's now been given the hurry up as they move down inside the final 2 furlongs of the Portland. Bergerac.
Fully matched.
And on the near side,
there we've got
Rumstar,
match, so we
between
can't
horses,
lose.
JM Jungle. Desert Cop has given way.
And
From
you can
the back,
see
Halcombe Bay,
the odds
Chagrin's
changing.
trying to
I'm
get
not
there.
sure what the
Albert
height
Shea
it went
Living
to
is
as
run late.
the
Vintage
profit.
Clarets as they race up towards the closing stages. American Affair running on late on the near side as well. JM Jungle just in front. Over on the far side, Apollo 1. What a ride! Apollo 1 on the far side might just have done it for American Affair, but it's
So
incredibly
we lost that
tight.
race,
Also involved JM
but
Jungle.
we didn't
and right
lose
there as
didn't lose
well
any
was
money.
Silky
Okay.
Wilkie.
So that's the 3 strategies. You've got the one where you can choose the position of the favourite or the favourite position. We chose the 5th favourite. Then you can choose the selection name, the actual horse you want to back. And then we had probably more for a bit of fun, but just to make sure you've got the minimum odds of, in this case, 14. Okay, so it'll go through the first 10 from the 4th favourite upwards to the 10th and select the first horse that is at 14 or bigger. And if there are none, it might be a smaller race or something. It'll just go back onto the 5th favourite, whatever the odds are. So you can see that all of these, they don't always, obviously, but you can see all of these dropped to the traded price, dropped 14 ticks. You can use perhaps the in-running trading tool, Inform Racing, to find horses that are have a high average tick drop count. And these horses are likely to drop for you. You can use any method you want to select a horse, but you don't want the odds to be too short. I think you want to be at least BSP of 5. Maybe you want to try 2nd favourites or 3rd favourites. But it's quite easy for a horse at decent odds. You can see this one here, Vintage Clarets, 18.5. It's the 14 ticks. It's only 11.5, so it's not dropping. It's not got to drop. It's not got to be absolutely, below 3 and to be absolutely in with a chance. It's just the horse has got to be looking like it might be going forward. And then you'll get your bet laid. So if you go to too short, so it's originally, I think people started to use it on favourites. You can use it on favourites if you want to be selective about the favourites you back. I say the Inform Racing race cards also, you've got all the run styles that you can check out, and you might find a race with just the one horse who likes to lead and select that horse. Or any other method you want to, but to say you've got the three strategies here, and if you want to, you can download these by, if you subscribe to Inform Racing, go to the downloads link on the menu, and it will be there. And there's also a link for a subscription to Fairbot, where you can get a 15-day free trial. It's all very easy to set up. There's videos of how to set up these strategies, and if you want to change the odds range on these, if you want this, I say the favourite one's set to 5th rank, you can change it to any position rank you want. And the odds for this last one are set to between 14 and 24. You can set these to whatever you want the first horse to hit that price. So there's plenty to have a play about with here. If you want to be careful about your bets and perhaps just trade some of that out if the horse is doing well so that you can't lose. And then obviously you would lose. You can see just the last thing on this one, you can see that the back odds were 18.5. So at £2 bet, that's approximately 35 quid. With our trade out, we would have, you can see Vintage Clarets is standing there at £14. Okay. So you are going to lose less in profit, but you're possibly going to lose less because if the horse trades out, then you are going to, you can't lose. Okay. So by using the same, in this case, £2 stakes, it's a match bet, and you can trade out at the same price. So you equalise every other horse in the race, and then you can win money on your own selection.